Uvracha, everybody. This week's parsha is a double parsha. It's called matot, masei, and it's also Shabbat Chazak. That means that we're finishing a book of the Torah, the fourth book, Numbers, Bamidbar, and it's also Shabbat Mevarchim. Shabbat Mevarchim, that we are blessing the new month of Av, that it should be good. So Av can also be called Menachem Av, that we're saying the Father that comforts us. So we know that it's not the greatest time of the year for us. The temples were destroyed. Many other negative things occurred during this time. So we're praying to God, please comfort us. And it does indeed say that Mashiach is born in the month of Av. So we hope that we will see salvation and good things. So in the Parsha, speaks about idea about vows. And it says that if someone takes a vow, that they might need to go to a sage, to a rabbi, or a court to nullify the vow. And the idea is that we really shouldn't take vows, because vows are holy things. And if someone doesn't pay back their vow when they make a vow, it could have very negative consequences, God forbid. It says even that if someone is at an event where people are pledging money for charity, for instance, when they're pledging, you should say quietly to yourself, say, Beli neder, without a vow. So just in case something happens and the person is not able to donate, that they shouldn't have spiritual trouble, God forbid, from this. We also learn in this week's Parsha about the tribes of Reuven and Gad. They had a lot of livestock, and they were in the land of the Jordan, and they conquered some of the land on the side of the Jordan. And they come to Moses and they say, we want to just stay here. We don't want to go to Canaan, which is going to be Israel, the promised land. We'd rather stay here because we have all this livestock, and this area is good for livestock. Moses gets angry at them. He says, how dare you? You want to make your brothers scared. They'll think you don't want to fight. And they say to him right away, they say, no, we will go with the children of Israel. We'll conquer the land, but we want to leave our families here. We want to leave our livestock here until we get back, because we want to inherit here, and we're not going to inherit in the land of Canaan. There's an interesting thing they say. They say, we'll build the pens for our livestock and cities for our children and families. Their priorities were wrong. They care more about their money than their own families. And that's not a good thing. And in the end, unfortunately, they and the half tribe of Manasseh that joined them were exiled first by the king Sennacherib of Assyria. And it teaches us that someone's rushing to money. It's not such a good thing to always be rushing to money and rushing to the good deal. We should kind of have a little patience, and we got to be careful. In the second portion, which is the joint parsha of Masei, we learn about the 42 encampments. And it's interesting that it names every encampment that the Jews were in the 40 years of the desert. Why do we need to read all these names? A nice reason that's given is that it shows us that wherever Jews go, we leave names for things. We make a name. We do something. And it's true, if you think about it, that we see this, that wherever we go, we make a name. God bless us that we should make good names. It also says a very powerful line. God is telling us, I'm going to give you the land of Canaan, which is going to be the land of Israel. You will inherit it. It's going to be yours. Clear out the land and settle it, for I've given you the land to occupy it. And it says, but if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then those whom you leave over will be as spikes in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and they will harass you in the land in which you settle. And it will be that what I had intended to do to them, I will do to you. So we see that nowadays, that look, these people that we left over, why can't they go to Jordan? Why can't they go to Egypt? That's where the rest of them went. And we left them over, and they called themselves by this name of Palestinians, which is not even real. And that's what they are for us, spikes in our eyes and thorns in our sides, and they harass us. As Hashem, God help us that we should find a solution for this situation. The land belongs to us. It does not belong to them. We know this. We know that the Torah is telling us that righteousness is on our side. The problem is when we doubt this. So we shouldn't doubt it. We should know that the truth is on our side, and we will be blessed. Shabbat Shalom Umevorach.